And that's it. That's all I have reasonably recorded for the mysterious house. This was the entirety of what I made for just the part one, the episode two part where I put this under, oh, we have animated movies. And just kind of showed them off for a brief second. Because I love them. It's really silly of me, but I don't know. I found I just like animating these two together. I like showing her being lovey-dovey with him. It's awful. I know. I don't care. So anyway, I just want to walk through some of my models that I made for this whole relocate project reanimation scene because I did a lot of work and I like showing my work. So we have the Waterman house. I have faithfully recreated the carpet. I got close enough with the wallpaper. It's not 100% accurate, but it's fine. It's only like 3 colors, 4 colors, but it's fine. We have your posters, which again, mostly accurate. I use him everywhere. I mean that he's like everywhere. I'll point it out more when I get to my Shaw sections, but he's everywhere. Billy posters reused. That's new. Chairs new. It's all made just for this brief little section, and you can't see most of it. Like over here is my viewfinder where I'm like watching to make sure like, okay, this makes sense in the camera, right? I didn't need to have like half of the stuff in this room, though I guess no, because you wouldn't see, because like in the end I think you only go from like here to here. So you wouldn't see like half of this. I'm sorry, I yawn because I'm nervous, and I shouldn't yawn because I have my microphone right in front of me and I'm just talking out loud for funsies. But it's like, dang. Once again, I have done all of this work for nothing, but my own enjoyment, I guess. That's something. And like, it looks good in camera. You can't tell what's happening with his arm, which is good because it's breaking. See, let me turn off their bones. You can see how his arm's just friggin' broken. Let me turn off the dang ceiling too. Which one is my ceiling? It's just the plain ceiling. Yeah, his arm broke. But it's fine. You can't see it, so it's not real. Now, I was going for her going, well, I don't know what we're going to do for you guys since it's so late. And in the animation, he has his hand on her shoulder. But I'm like, no, what if he's like pulling her over, like kind of creepily coming in a frame, pulling her over, saying, why not stay the night? A little more than just, oh, I don't know. And he comes up behind her. Just, no, I know. We're going to do this. And he's looking straight into the camera, and it's weird, and it's uncomfortable. Those teeth are uncomfortable. Let me show you the UV map on these teeth. Oof. Not you. Oh god, there's like several pumpkin rabbit ones. Don't look at that. That ain't real. Look at them teeth. Ugh. Disgusting. So Banny was kind of the hardest part to animate for me because I was still fresh off of animating Shaw, who had considerably less bones, so she was easy to wrangle. Now for the mouth section, I just didn't know what to do. I'm like, well, okay, if you're testing the mouth, why not also test the neck? And then we get to Blink. And we're going to test the hell out of blinking. Everything with Blink is matched. We're going to watch these 3 bones go crazy. But everything is 1 to 1. So we have Blink 1, where her eyes are half, Blink 2, eyes are down, and we have Main, which is this, where her eyes are open. We have 1 blink to start us off, not synced. And then we start getting synced. So let's go. Oh, this was a pain in the butt, but it was worth it, I think. I maybe should have included this little disclaimer at the bottom, but I just didn't know how. It's fine though. But this was like several hours of work to just make her blink. And then she goes into the annoyed, bored section. It's like, yep, that's me. That's how I feel. Oh. Ugh. You guys see that? It's stuck. That's stuck? That sucked. Ugh. It's me, yeah. That's also me. It's me seeing people like my stuff. I'm just in shock still. The whole premise I had was just I started with the little Shaw like video because she's so cute. I had so much fun making her, but I made all this stuff years ago. I just only recently decided, like, you know what, there hasn't been a new episode in a while. I'm going to start working on a new episode. I'm going to start working on my own thing in hopes that maybe somehow this will manifest a new episode, and it did. So, I guess I need to keep doing this, I guess. It's all I can say. But my idea was I wanted everything to be like a normal kind of 3D look until the very end. For the little Shaw section, at least. Just at the very end is when it all goes to hell. So all of this stuff with Manny, this was just kind of more of an expansion on that, where this is radically different to the original. The original, it's kind of the still image of Manny making these faces and moving her mouth and blinking. I have the full kind of puppet doing these animations, doing these full body expressions, because I can't really move their mouth beyond going like up and down and side to side. They can't really smile, So it was really fun to explore, like, how do I get across being bored? How do I get across scared or surprised or annoyed? How do I make that like separate from bored, which I still don't know if that is separate from bored, but it's what it is. The main issue with this section, though, are her little faces. As you can see, they like to fly around on their own and clip sometimes, and the clipping kills me. But it's fine. You can't really see it in the final, I think. I know there is one when she's annoyed and bored. Yeah, there it is. See? Boop. Just comes up. And it's gone. Like a ghost. But it's fine. Also, in the end, I ended up cutting these up to show like a full body display or just a head display. Mainly because I just felt the flow was weird. I don't know. And then I had so much extra time. And I'm like, looking for friends can be its own different thing. So I animated a full body looking for friends. Oh, sorry, her dope sheet, like, gets me crazy. Like, there's the full body one, and there's also the head only one. Which is, again, we've gone from this bigger, grander idea to the original, which is just her eyes. And I had to record this 2 different times. One with a black background so I could fade that over her. And the other with a, and this one, the normal one, that doesn't have the black background. And I also think the Susan coming in was mistimed. But it's fine. It's fine. Another little detail that you won't notice it in the final because it's so minute. It's so small. Is she's breathing. Oh, she's breathing. Like, let me hide some bones. This bone is solely to control what looks like breathing. Very minute detail, very small. But I felt I should put it in for whatever reason. Does it enhance the scene? I don't know. Frankly, I was worried about how it looks when she gets scared because I made it a little more exaggerated in that part. But in all of her scenes, except for the little Banny scenes, she is breathing. Even in the final where you just see her standing there and then she falls over, that's still breathing. But it's fairly consistent up until the surprise/scared part. Where she takes a bigger breath and it moves a little bit too. Yeah, that one, she goes freaking crazy with it. Like, it's just normal idling before looking for friends. And let's go look for more friends. This scene was completely reworked, except for Kevin. Kevin remains the same. Good for Kevin. We love Kevin. But this scene was completely reworked because I didn't know who was talking and I thought it was Ashley, not Hillary. So this is going to be acted out by Ashley and not Hillary. So, as you can see, I messed up who was talking, but let me hide some of this ground. I ended up having to just have a flat plane so I could see where everybody was like moving and standing. It's the first time I animated a walk cycle and it looked kind of bad, but I used that information that I learned from here later to make a better walk cycle for Ashley. There's not really much going on in here. In the final, it's Hillary standing in the middle while we have this kind of a camera view looking between them. Ashley sitting in the back of the bus, just kind of kicking her feet, being a little useless. And Kevin looking through the video camera, which is based on a real video camera I do not know the name of at this specific moment. And just trying to get a good shot of K9, like the original video. And over here you can see how I actually have my audio cut up, which I don't like doing in Blender because I don't know how to export the audio from normal Blender, not video editing Blender. But it's fine. It's fine. It's probably something I can learn to do. And I made one conscious effort. Whenever someone mentions someone going missing in from BSI or K9 or anything, or an adult woman going missing, I made sure Kevin reacted. Because Kevin is related to Susan, and, well, if you're here, you know what happened to Susan. Ugh. But every time that kind of detail comes up, Kevin notices, and he just goes back to work. It's probably not related. Hopefully. Now look at this bus. I'm so proud of this little Volkswagen bus. It's based on a real Volkswagen bus, my 1972 one that my dad bought. And I kind of modeled this for my dad because it was Father's Day and I was feeling something because I love my dad and I miss my dad. He even says dad in the back. And it's orange for, you guessed it, my dad. Yeah. But it's so cute. I'm so proud of it. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. Also, I already got kind of updated 70s outfits because I couldn't find, like, better images of what they were possibly wearing. So I'm like, all right, let's go to Pinterest. Let's look at some old outfits. Let's look at some 70s outfits to get an idea of what they'd be wearing. Also try to do, like, contrasting colors on them. Except for kind of Kevin, who remained the same, except for the bell bottoms. I felt they were needed. Ashley's got a cute little, like, smock and stockings with some long sleeves. Hillary's got more of like a tracksuit kind of situation type deal. Everybody's cute. That's what counts. And over here, you can see my crazy UV sheets where a lot of the stuff is used, just not in the scene. Well, yeah, it's used in the scene. You have the brick texture over here, which is actually from Show Bear's Well. This is used later on. Here, they're sleeping bags from when they're just sitting on the floor, and Ashley's like, hey guys, I found a key. And they're like, okay. It's great, Ashley, go to sleep. And all of that. I really like doing pixel art. I am a pixel artist by trade normally. So I made a pixel art K9 logo, and I like it. The secret to pixel art really is just knowing when to cut up a line. And as you can see, a lot of these lines cut up. So, I don't know what Ashley's afraid of in this room. There's nothing scary in here, except for this broken dang texture. What happened there? What happened to that texture? Is it on the wrong one? Probably on the wrong one. No, yeah, she's on Shaw sign, so let me get up Shaw sign. Let's go fix the texture. Why did this happen? Why this? I can't read. Yeah, so why are you broken, buddy? There. What happened? That's so weird. Anyway, in the original version of this, from the Walton Files, it's hard to tell what's going on in this room, other than just there's a different tiling border on there, which I liked. There are little bond cutouts, and I didn't have little bond made at this point, so I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going back to what I know sells. I'm making little Shaw cutouts, and Ashley could take one of those with her and not be scared, because what are you going to be scared of if you got her with you? Come on. Look at her. She's perfect. What's she scared of? There's nothing even moving in here. I mean, yeah, Isla's Banny's... I don't like it. But it's nothing interesting. She said it herself. So, I really wanted to open this one specifically because her flashlight is my favorite little achievement that I learned to do in all of this. So, as I've mentioned in comments, I rely a lot on vertex shading to get across that stuff is lit or not lit. In this flashlight, while it does have a color attribute, it is not shaded in the slightest. Vertex paint, let's look at this bad boy. How many vertexes we got to shade? None. Because it's a flashlight. Why would it have any shading on it? So by virtue of being the brightest thing in the dang room, it is a light source. So let's see. Let's actually go to like my room and show y'all what I mean by like it's just shading. It's just shading. Everything shaded. I can even unshade it if I want to. But I don't. Because it's dark. It's just that this light, while not actually lighting, is brighter than everything else, so it gives you the illusion that it is lit. And I love it. I'm so glad I decided to do that over anything else. So this is kind of the final door for Ashley. This is a different camera angle because they animated her walking. And then backwards walking because, well, she's about to find out. But I had to move her out of the way for the camera. So, as you can see, there's a lot more going on that you can't see in the final version because the camera is placed up so high. And it's focused entirely on, like, the space between them and how she's coming in and looking up and going like, well, I'm gonna make this decision and die. And I'm gonna make this decision. I won't die. I'm a teenager. I can live forever. No, you can't do that. So let's turn off Billy. Let's turn off the room so we can see her because it's really dark. There's a separate Billy thing down here. No, whose is this? Whose bone is this? Yeah, okay. It is Billy's mask bone, but I took off the mask in this because if I had kept it, then he wouldn't have been able to talk. And it's annoying. Don't worry about it. So you see Ashley walking in. She's like, I got this tape. I'm gonna put this tape in the tape player, and I'm just gonna see. As you can see the tape. Let me turn off some bones. Fully rendered everything with the date. You can't see it in the final in either shot that the tape is in, but it's there. She's got her new worried face that you see from the previous clip. She's even got a newer, like, oh shit face too. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. But she moves and she reacts with everything. Oh yeah, her face is in there and you couldn't see it in the final, so I didn't move it. Except for then. Ah, crap. Ah, jeez. What's she scared of? It's just a little funny clown. It's really annoying to me as like a musician too if I can't get things on beat. So I was really agonizing over some of this. And then it slowly comes up. And then it switches to Sophie. It switches to Ashley, and you can see, oh, she's dropped her flashlight. Very important that she dropped that dang flashlight. And she realizes, I shouldn't have heard that. I shouldn't have heard any of that. Oh no, I'm gonna die. And yeah, she's gonna die. Oh well. Oh well. Still, really happy with how Billy turned out in this. Even had like another bone added just for his tape so it looked better when he was turning. Let's see, animation layers. Yeah, animation layers is something I ended up downloading just to help me like get a little more depth in my animations, and well, sometimes Blender animating pisses me off. See, walking forward. I don't know why. In my head, I thought maybe I could have him kneel down to actually get the tape, but then I got here and I'm like, wait, she's too small. She's just gonna kind of hope it clips in and walk backward, and then it gets worse. And so we see what happened to Ashley. And this is before I had the audio edited. Because Blender isn't always the best for video editing. I used CapCut for audio stuff at times. But, yeah. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. But let's see what's behind the curtain, shall we? You can see all of Billy there. What's behind door number? It's an arm. It's just an arm. I had the whole thing imported at one point, but it was so dumb. He kept clipping through. So I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Just the arm. And I'm going to put some red vertex shading on it so it looks like blood. It looks weird and fucked up. And it's kind of a showmanship thing where he's like parting the curtain here and getting ready to introduce the next act. And I wanted to do that cool little finger motion because, I don't know, it felt villainous. And then with a swipe of his hand, it's gone. And he's slowly leaving, accepting your applause. And here's the first thing I ever recorded properly for this. I have some renders that are just images that I edited into GIFs, but this is the first video. Just my cute little Shaw model. Introducing everything. She spins around, her model gets swapped out with the security guard. And there she is, perfect in every way. And I love her. She's so cute. The ID card kind of comes up from her palm, and you can see, oh, we know who that is. He's dead. And originally this was made kind of matching her sprite portrait that you'll see later, but I went in old MS Paint and just messed it up, mostly just resizing, not like actually hurting it or anything. Maybe saved it as a JPEG, I don't remember, but yeah. But in that moment, I hope you don't notice that the sign moves out of the way as the camera moves. So you can't really tell. And then she just walks back. We're ready. Wait, I think the freaking doorknob's missing. Holy crap. What happened to the doorknob? Uh-oh. Now, well. Let's keep going. So I'm sure my audio for this is somewhere, but it's been so long I don't know where it actually is. It's her saying, "Welcome to the basement." Here in the basement, we keep all our shit. We've got chairs, tables, arcade machines, and we got me. So let's go back and oh yeah, he's here, but you don't see him in the final. Boom, it's gone. We walk into the room. She actually does open the door correctly. It's just you can't see it, so And then we have our animatronics just sitting in here. Uh-oh. And it's the first time you ever see my big animatronics, and you know, oh, not everything is just cute little guys. Well, okay, so originally when I animated this, it was the first time I ever showed them off. In the final video, yeah, you've seen these guys before. But in the original, where I started out with just little Shaw, being cute, non-threatening, and just doing her stuff, when, I hope at least, when you come in here, it's kind of a shock, like, oh, what the hell? Oh god, there's big ones? And they look accurate? Oh yeah, you don't really see it, but Bond moving his head to kind of look over what just came in. Now I know in the original it's just kind of like crude drawings representing everybody, but I actually modeled stuff that was similar to those crude drawings, just in a very low poly. I didn't texture them or anything because I realized, like, you know, I made all of these bigger models. Why don't I just use them? That was very good for me to do because, well, yeah, I made all these big models. Why don't I just use my big models? They're just sitting there, unused. Why not have some fun? Why not whip them out? Because I made everything, like, a couple of years ago, and I just didn't know what to do with it until very recently. So instead of making new ones, I'm just going to use the old ones. And as you can see, you know, Bond and Shaw, mostly accurate. I did put his hand over her more, and she does kind of lean into him when this moment happens. But they're together. Buzu is he's just standing there like he is in the original. Banny's dead, which I actually ended up kind of setting up in her section of the video where she kind of abruptly leans over because stuff's giving out. She eventually does just fall over, and yeah, here we are. She died. Wait, why does her head move? Oh, I think originally I wanted everybody's head to kind of move in this, but it didn't work out. So she's dead. Don't worry, rip. Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty, Banny. Also, the twins are on everything in these rooms, specifically this corner. It's not supposed to be like metaphorical that they're always watching or anything. It's just it's an accident. He is on purpose, though. He is over here on purpose. He's on the underside of like everything on purpose. I don't know why. I guess for fun. I think that's why I did it. I don't remember. And this is kind of like the original file that started it all. It has all of my crap in it that didn't really get used, but also did get used. Just, yeah. Over here is just, like the, thanks for watching thing I originally made for it, which I don't even know how that's in here, why that's in here. I think I wanted a noise or something. I don't know. Anyway. It's just all of the models I ended up using for this, including, you know, Buzu, Banny, Bond, Rocket, Little Shaw, and messed up Shaw. It's fine. But this is the original room I had made for everything, and just, it's my favorite detail that these rectangular tiles, when you use the correct camera, they become squares. So, as I said with Banny, my entire premise was this was a normal kind of just 3D Shaw segment going through these rooms, showing you around until the very end when she walks into the what I call the bad touch room, because I think she walks into the Shadow Man, then everything just freaks out. And it looks like this. Which again, this is all vertex shading. I love vertex shading. Some of the UVs on the floor are definitely messed up, but it's just vertex shading. Yeah. So, and as you can see, the Shaw, her vertexes aren't shaded like that, so she's happy, she's fine. Let's get up Sad Shaw. There are several Sad Shaws, not you. It's more the Rosemary eyes on that one. The Bad Touch Shaw. She's shaded to match the room better, except her ears. Her ears didn't get it, and I don't know how. I think. There we go. There's the right vertex shading for her ears. Poor thing. So we have this Shaw, and it goes with this room, which you can see there's so much edited and going on in here, even though it's really dark, and it's really dark in the final, so you can't see anything. But there's that. Your basic room with the Shadow Man in there watching those freaky looking eyes. I think that shot, no, that shot goes into when she just looks into the thing, and she asks what the third door is for. Rosemary. There's two different Rosemary models. One has these more messed up eyes, and then the one that I ended up using, and she heard a voice telling her, yeah, I know where he is, Rosie. Here's dead Rosie with Shaw's face, because oh dear. Oh no. I think this is where I recorded for the final section. And by recorded, I mean I just took screenshots to sprinkle around in that part. Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like something I would do. So you see the Shaw with the Rosemary face. You see the really sad Shaw. Yeah, I remember now. These two. It was Rosie sitting in the chair, and then her kind of like confronting it. Even though Rosie looks so silly with that mouth, oh my gosh. And saying, just to kind of say like, yeah, that's what this is. Oh no. Then we have the Shaw you see at the end, who's just all black. Except for the face. And then you have her main Shaw. She's happy. It's fine. It's happy. She's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's just so much that I made for this that I ended up using in the final, so I didn't actually have to make too many new things for the Shaw and Rosemary segment here, which is good. I didn't want to have to make a lot of new things. Oh yeah, there's Rosemary's portrait in the back. If we go to the UV textures, you can see like everything in this room is here in one convenient place, including the doors, the door handles, everything. Again, I'm just so grateful for people watching, and I'm still very surprised people liked it, I guess. I'm just grateful people liked it. I don't know. This is my first time animating in Blender, so I didn't know what I was doing really, but as I kept posting and people were really encouraging, and I just thank you to everybody who watched, really. I really, really mean that. I'm so flustered. I'm so sorry, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you look at something funny to like not feel feelings. Hold on. And by funny, I mean like this is my favorite segment, but it looks really bad because I didn't animate it with enough frames, so it goes really fast, and I had to slow it down which works, but I ended up reanimating it completely for the complete and final video. Look how fast it goes. Look how fast. Look how he's scooting. He's sprinting with that body. And when he bows over and he shows you the new Shaw, it's so fast. I had to slow it down by like 3 times. And you got this stupid reaction camera like, what? Huh? Me? What? But it's just so fast. I still like the bow on this one more. Because as he leans over, the camera turns. But it's also because he's moving backwards as that happens. But it's a detail I replicated in the very final one anyway. But look how fast he moves. I didn't know how to make a walk cycle at this time, so he is schmoving over here with this body. It's so dumb looking. And so after showing you guys my favorite funny moment, here's the very first stuff I ever rendered for this, which was just images of Shaw to be used in the final part because I didn't know how to like animate her talking or anything. I just took screen caps, like rendered screens of everything and like put them in Sprite to animate them. I think it worked. I took these for the final section over here where she cycles through everything. Which, it's kind of boring now that I watch it again because it's just her standing in one place. Except for a couple shots where I got a little more creative and I decided, have her looking around at what's going on. He got like messed up in the rendering process. I don't know why. I think that was from Blender, but I kept it in because it looks cool. It looks really cool. A little messed up, but cool. And Shaw's actually missing her face too. Ew. I wonder what that means. Oh, especially after the recent episode. Oh no. But you also have what I mentioned doing with the twins on the wall before with the sprite sheet where you can see, hey, they're everywhere on the wall. Oh. And she's, oh. That's her face. Oh no. Yeah. So anyway, these were just the pictures I rendered to get that effect and to just get some of these other sections done. So like here would be her talking before walking towards him and getting what I called like the bad touch. So she comes in, she's sad, normal, and she walks into him. There's too long of like a pause there too, so I rendered it again and I called it fixed for some reason. And it's effective for what it was for me being so inexperienced with Blender, but I guess it was about the same level of experience as I had when I actually started animating it again. So whatever. Here's where it is. We got better as we went on. But this is, more faithful to the original video, whereas, like I keep saying, I wanted it to be a little more, like, fun and 3D. Like, I just tried to move the image. I just tried to move the polygons around because I'm like, oh yeah, this is my model. It's not a rendered image. It's a rendered image. I can't move my polygons. Duh. I can't peer into this little toy box. But this is what I ended up with. And again, I don't know why he glitched so much, but it really added something, I think. Until she's just standing there, whistling. I can't whistle. But the very first thing I rendered was just the same wave I used at the end of the whole video. Because I really like coming back around to what I've done. This was rendered June 6th, 2023, which is, I believe, the same year my Warframe stuff really started kicking off. So, yeah, this is very meaningful to me personally, just because it's like, this is what started it. This stuff right here is a great year, is a great time. And yeah, I hope you had a good time watching me ramble about my models for no particular reason other than just, hey, here's some stuff you might have missed or that I couldn't show because the camera or I messed up. So, yeah. Bye.